we go. And we're live, and let's change the chat over to live chat. Whoops, wrong one. Chat hidden. I don't need to do that. Live. Oh crap! Hang on. God, sorry, people. Hang on a second.
Sorry, people.
Sorry, people. There we go. I thought I just muted all that. We're live.
Kinda, sorta, maybe.
There's nobody here. It says we're live.
We already got 2 thumbs up, though.
2 thumbs up, but nobody's watching. One person's watching. Did you thumbs it up? No, you're not even watching.
It's hot. Whew,
Samson and Tara's watching. What's up, guys? Wheatree's watching. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 44 of the Dustin and Cassie show with special guest, Cassie. No.
How special.
Get off your phone. Get off your phone.
I'm putting it on so I can see.
Oh, okay. She's putting it on her phone so she can see the comments. So now we got 3 people watching. Did you thumbs it up already?
Oh, that's my mom.
Are you going to answer it?
Yeah. Hello?
You're live on the internet.
Hi. Let me call you back. We just went live for our show. So you're on YouTube. Love you, bye. I should just let the song play. I like that song.
No, because then we probably got demonetized.
Oh.
Wheatree said she loves seeing that little man on the truck with me. Did you watch the... Oh, you did. You must have watched the video because you're not on Facebook. Yeah. If you were on Facebook, you would have saw that was actually the second day he's got to ride with me. He got to ride with me the week before on Thursday, I think it was. We went to Oklahoma. But yeah, my schedule worked out. So I might as well just talk about this past week with truck driving since we're talking about that. I got a promotion at work, and I am now the trainer on our account. Hey, Philip and Gina.
The blessings just keep rolling in.
So the guy that has been the trainer, he's leaving to go to a different account. And when this guy became the trainer, I had told my boss, I said, hey, if nobody else, wants to be a trainer, I said, I've trained before. I'll gladly do it again. I said, I know there's guys here on this account that have been here a lot longer than me that probably could, do the job and might want it. I said, but if you're in a bind and need somebody, I'll do it. So when this guy that's training now decided, hey, I'm going to go to this other account, and he told Chance didn't even go and ask anybody else because everybody else turned him down before. So he called me like 2 or 3 minutes after the guy walked out the office and said, hey, do you still interested in being the trainer? And I'm like, yeah, sure. What's going on? So then he filled me in, but he told me I had to keep it hush-hush because the other guy hadn't, said anything yet. But we had a new guy come in this past week, and so I trained him on, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. So last week on Sunday, I left and went to College Station, Texas, which, by the way, I got that completely wrong last week. I was thinking College Station was like north of San Antonio. It's northwest of Houston, not San Antonio. So I left, had a good long day on Sunday, drove all the way down there, then drove all the way back, and then my next load was going up to Columbia, Missouri. So I picked that load up, and I only had 2 hours left to drive. So I had 2 options: either drive north and go towards Joplin and maybe find a parking spot at the Flying J there, or since my load was going to Ozark and then Columbia, I could come across 412 here towards our place and park it for the night, here by the house, and then go up the next morning. And since I was training the next day, I knew I was coming right back. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the house. That way I can take Eli with me the next day. And so then we decided, Eli asked, hey, are you going to record, Trucking with Dwell's video? I'm like, sure, why not? So we took off and we started recording. But I'm like, crap, we forgot to do an intro video. So on the way up, we were talking about it. I'm like, I know what we're going to do. I said, we're going to do a video at the end of the day. I'm going to be like, hey, I forgot to do intro video. So this is the intro as the outro. And I said, I'm going to say we're going back in time. And I said, so what I'm going to do then, so when we got up to Columbia and we got finished unloaded, I took my shirt off, he put my shirt on, he put my hat on, then he pretended, like you guys saw the video, he pretended like he was me, like I went back in time so far I became a little kid, right? But then,
and he looks just like him. So.
and that was funny too because the construction site we went to in Ozark, the guy there, he's like, "Oh, looks like you got some good help with you today." I'm like, "Yeah, I sure do," you know. And he says to me, he says, "Boy, you can never deny that he's yours, can you?" I'm like, "Nope, sure can't."
It's so weird to me though when people say that. Like I get it, it's funny, but at the same time, I'm just like, what you trying to say?
Right.
Like we had a person in Minnesota or no, Montana. Montana, like when Eli was little, like 2. And he came over and we were eating pizza.
At Pizza Hut.
And
In Glendive.
he came over and he asked if he could give Eli some stuffed animal things that he bought or that he had won out of the claw machine. And he looked at Dustin and he said that. He says, "You can't deny him." And it's like, I'm glad he looks like him, but at the same time, like, seriously.
He looks like you though too, because I
don't mean it like that. Like I'm fine with him not looking like me, but he does. There's certain facial expressions where he really does look like me.
I didn't tell you this, but when I posted that picture of him and I in the truck last week, Thursday, when I posted it to Facebook, it automatically tagged you on his face. He's like, "Why does it say Cassie Wells on me?" I'm like, "Because Facebook thinks you're her because you look like her."
And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't have a problem with that. My issue is the fact that, like, when you say, "Man, you can't deny them," it's like, why would he want to deny him to begin with? Like, that's where I think it's weird.
But anyways, so the plan was then, you know, we recorded while we were in Columbia of him sitting in the seat like he was me, you know, and you guys saw the second video of us recording all that. But then the plan was when we got back to Lowell, I was going to record the intro in Lowell. Well, we were like in such a hurry to get home because we had such a good day and we wanted to tell her about it. We forgot to record the intro. So in the dark in my car here in the driveway, you couldn't tell that, you know, the hat and the shirt I had on was the same one that he had on in the video. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun. And then so that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I started training that new guy and finished him up in 3 days. So normally, like, training is anywhere from 4 days to 2 weeks, depending on the driver. But this guy's drove for JB Hunt before. Like, he just quit JB Hunt like a month ago, and then he came back. He was on a different, like, an agriculture account hauling chicken feed. And he'd left because he got sick of it there and went to another company, and then that wasn't working out. So he's like, "Can I come back to JB Hunt but not haul feed?" So we have an opening on we have 2 openings on our account right now. Now it's just 1. So yeah, so it was really hey Josh and Melissa. So it was really, you know, it was pretty easy training him because he's also got prior flatbed experience. He's been driving truck for 4 years, I think it was. So it was really, I mean, as far as having my first, you know, trainee, they gave me an easy one basically. So
okay, how is Zach and Jamie? So I don't really know how to answer this because it's not our story. It's not our place to tell what's going on there. Just keep them in your prayers. So as far as I know right now, Jamie's feeling good and she's able to breathe a little bit better and she's doing good. Do you want to put this maybe back there?
No. Oh yeah, give me that.
So I think eventually Zach will give everybody an update on Patreon, but it's just he's got a lot going on and so he hasn't been able to.
Right.
So oh, you're gonna make me Did you just make me blue?
I just gave you a wrench.
So yes, I know they're concerned and we've said that to him, but right now he can't. So
Thank you, Lisa.
So like I said, I'll say that she is doing as good as can be expected. So just keep praying for them, pray for healing, pray for the boys and for her parents, and for Zach especially. So that's all. I'm sorry that we can't really share more, but it's just not our place.
It's not our place to share, and we don't really want to, overstep any bounds or anything. They're our best friends. So, yeah. Anyway. So, what else? What did you have going on this week?
They're one of our best. Nothing. I've been running around, and we have our own family stuff going on, and we can't really discuss it. And so I've been back and forth with some stuff doing that, and yeah, there's a lot of things that we're that
there's a lot of things going on in life that we can't really talk about here right now. So
and it's not because of we're worried about getting us in trouble, because we're not worried about getting us in trouble at all.
Was that you?
Yeah, no.
Must have been me.
We're not worried about getting us in trouble, but we need some things to happen first before we can say everything that's been going on. So
right. So
because we don't need to let that person know.
The cat sounds like she's into something.
That's it, though. We did that, and I've been going to the doctor for stuff.
How's that going?
Well, I didn't get the greatest news that I wanted to get this week, but that's okay.
I was talking about your chiropractic doctor.
Oh.
Is he still beating your back up?
Yeah, he's... Ugh. It's...
Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We got 7 people watching, 4 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up.
I'm super grateful for him. Like, he's done amazing on my back. But the stuff that he's having me do right now, I feel like I'm going to die. So, literally, I mean, it's like, now we're on to exercises. So I've exercised at home that I have to do. I've exercised that there that I have to do. I'm fine with that. And so by the time Thursday night rolls around, my legs feel like Jello, and
Jello.
And my back is so sore. Like,
Hey, your mom's watching. Oh, she's like, I was live on the internet. I'm gonna go join them in the chat room now. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Mom. So like I have to do these certain kind of squats, and it's hard. It's just hard. So, and then I get on this machine and it makes me go whoo like this, and that's not necessarily the most comfortable thing, but that's getting easier to do. So that's nice. What else?
I don't know what else you have going on this week.
I don't know, a lot of stuff that we can't discuss.
I was only gone one night this week. I mean, I was gone Sunday night and that was it.
So nice. Oh,
so Dallas nice. Johnson's watching. Hey, Dallas.
Yes, it was so super nice that he was home every single night.
Except for Sunday night.
I
tell you what, though, this getting up, driving back and forth every day, I don't know if it was that or if it was the training, but I was like pooped every day. Like by the time I got home, I'm like, man, I am wore out. I'm beat, you know?
The thing is that we have other stress going on in our life too, and that doesn't help. So, because I slept so amazing every day that you were home this week. Like I slept so good.
I have a blanket that I take on the truck with me, and when I generally
make him a new one.
Gonna get rid of the old one.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have a blanket that I take on the truck with me, and I usually leave it there on the weekends. But if I'm gonna be home multiple days, you know, more than just the 2 nights I normally am, you both look good to be poopy.
What?
We both look too good to be poopy. Maybe she meant.
I don't know. What
I think that's what she meant. Look too good to be poopy. Well, thank you. But anyways, so like one night.
I don't even know that that's her.
Of course it's her.
The name's spelled wrong though. That's not how my mom spells her name.
No.
I kind of feel like calling her and seeing if it's her because that's not how she spells her name.
You gonna call her?
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
What's the what? WeTree just put a channel link up.
Yeah, well, she probably doesn't have any stuff if it is her, because. But
anyway, so yeah, I felt like all pooped out.
no, I'll just call her and ask her. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure because I'll explain to you after we get off, but I wanted to make sure it was you.
Now you're on there twice.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure that it wasn't somebody else pretending to be you.
That won't be the first time.
Okay, love you, bye.
Anyway, life's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I was like wore out every day, and I don't know if it was, if it was the training or.
I'm going to explain a little bit of that. The reason I wanted to make sure of that because somebody else, we won't say who, is pretending to be a private investigator, whatever. And so it was a really funny conversation, or her part of the conversation. Anyways, so I just wanted to make sure that it actually was my mom and it wasn't somebody else.
Right.
So.
Commuting data. Well, I don't know the thing is the commute, because the commute's not that bad. I mean, it's only a 45-minute drive for me to the yard, and then I have to get in my truck, and then it's 45 minutes from the yard to the pipe yard. I mean, I think I was outside my normal routine, plus I had a guy in my truck, and I'm having to like download everything I know about this account into his brain, so what did WeTree say? She said,
I subscribe so I will know next time.
There you go. Sheila got a subscriber. Woohoo! So, but yeah, I mean, it was like, and then, I'm coming home, Papa Pepper's watching, 9 watching, 8 likes. What's wrong with you people? Oh, probably because you haven't liked yet, Kevin. Now it only says 7 likes. But yeah, anyways, so like
my mom probably doesn't know how to like it either.
Right. But here's something cool. We went to the park earlier today, and when we were there,
how is that cool?
Let me get there.
But it's not.
It's interesting. Everybody's fine.
I know.
So we went to the park earlier today, and while we were there, we saw this plane fly in like real low. I'm like, wow. I mean, I thought like it was flying in low, like what you see like those crop dusters do. But I didn't really get a close enough look at it to see if it was like a crop dusting plane or not. But that's just like what I thought. Like, hey, I didn't know, and I knew we were near the airport out there, but the airport's out that way. So I just figured maybe, hey, it's coming into the airport or whatever, because Madison County has a small little rinky-dink airport. Well, then we get back home, and I'm on Facebook, and I see from a post from the Madison County Record this picture of this airplane flipped upside down on the ground, and they said that there was a plane crash of an experimental plane out near Mitchison Park, and they said that the pilot and his said who the pilot was, I forget the name. The pilot and his passenger were fine. They had just minor scrapes, and that the Madison County EMS was called out because there was a small fuel leak, but they said it wasn't pooling up or anything. It was very, very minor. And I got back and I'm like, is that the plane that we saw? And then I was like, wait a second. I remember that on our way leaving the park, we passed the ambulance, but they didn't have lights or sirens or nothing on. So it was like, obviously that plane we saw had just crashed, but we didn't hear anything, but it didn't crash too far from where we're at apparently, but it was a small little plane and that, so, but yeah, anyway, that was interesting today, a little bit of excitement. But, so what we got coming up this week? I got tomorrow. There's a bunch of us getting together to help a local brother out with finishing up his workshop. So we're doing that in the morning, and then I'll take off sometime in the evening for work.
And I'll be gone with Eli all day. So I have some errands to run.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So Gina is going to run them with me.
Running.
So we'll go do that. And let's see what else. I don't know, because I have a lot of stuff going on this week that...
Getting geared up for Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm so excited. I wish my mom was coming, though. I'm sad she's not. But we'll have Thanksgiving either here or at the Woodson's. And that'll be fun. I love Thanksgiving. It's like in the top 5 of my favorite holidays. I love cooking and hosting and having everybody here. And
Which is why we need a bigger house.
I know.
We need like a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, about
I know.
2,200 square feet. We're going to miss you too, Sheila. We wish you were going to be here.
She could still come. She always waits till the last minute.
So the offer's still open.
We don't have an air mattress anymore because it got broke today.
Uh-oh.
But we have the regular king size mattress. So
yeah, we definitely would want to, if we could, we'd have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house. That way, when people need to come and stay,
for me.
People need to come and stay for something, like when the Pepper Clan comes over and it's them and their 6 kids, and we can be like, hey, it's kind of late. You could just stay the night. Here you go. We got 2 spare bedrooms, both with, king size beds in them. So
who says we're putting king size beds in extra?
Might
rooms?
as well. You can fit more people in a king size bed than you can a queen size bed.
Who wants to sleep it all together? You need enough room for 2 people in a bed. Not more than that.
Well, when you got parents and kids.
No.
Why not?
Look, even when they stayed the night here, they took and put the king size mattress on the floor, and him and her slept on Kevin and Maria slept on the bed with the baby, and they had all the other kids sleep on the floor or on the couch. Even with the king size mattress, they still just kept it the 2 of them. That's how it should be.
Well, you could put 4 kids in a king size mattress in one room and have, the parents and the littlest ones in the other one.
No.
Hey, John.
Of course, I say that, and I slept forever. So
just lay over the floor in the living room. There we go. We just buy a bunch of beanbag chairs and just toss them in there. She wants to bed all by herself.
Right? You got to do it. You have to do it. I'm waiting.
I have to do what?
She said, I want a bed all by myself.
What are you waiting for? Oh, you're waiting for me to do it?
Eli, Grandma said she needs a bed all by herself.
All by herself.
That took entirely too long for them to figure out what to do next.
My bad. Somebody said I don't share a bed. What?
I don't share a bed with my kids. They kick. And then there is us with a king bed with 4 of us in it.
But anyways, so yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I got some new stuff for our air compressor. We've been fighting. I bought one of them like air compressor guns from Tractor Supply that has the big gauge on it. You can put the blow tip nozzle on it, or you can put, the end in for filling up the tires. Well, Eli chucked it over the deck here about 2 months ago, and the end of it broke. And so you have to screw it back on, but then if it builds up pressure, it would pop off. Well, then also the dial for the pressure gauge broke on it. So, and I have a tire on my car that goes flat every day. So like all this week, every morning I had to go out and air up the tire on my car before I could drive home. And then before I leave work, I'd have to drive up to the airlines at work and fill it up with air because it's got a slow leak in it. And I just haven't bothered to, usually you got a slow leak like that, you can hear it. And then I can just plug it with it still, on the car. But I haven't been able to locate this one as of yet. But I've been fighting with that thing. You have to like hold it just right, and then I had to hold the airline on, and then reach up and pull the trigger while you're trying to hold the gun into the end. So finally this week, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting with this thing, and so I went to Lowe's and got a new brass end for it, and then got a new gun that has a different gauge because the one I had the dial on it, and so this one has the kind that pops out instead and then pops back in. So
I miss you too. My soul tie was gone today. Sorry. She will laugh. She will laugh.
Anyway.
Anyhow. See, she laughed.
I know, Carolise, I haven't tried the soapy water. I mean, I know I could. I haven't done it. The soapy water works best if you pull the tire off of the vehicle and then spray the tread and rotate it so the water you sprayed kind of rolls down. But I've had holes I've fixed before where Eli went out there with me and he could hear it hissing, and so we rotated the car, we could get at it and push it in there. But I haven't done it. It's just one of those things that's like, I just haven't got around to it, So, but I don't mind having to go air up my tire. It's like, it's a minor inconvenience, but it is what it is. You make it work. I had a tire on my S10 when we lived in Fayetteville that had a crack in the sidewall, and if I parked with that crack on the bottom, it would go flat. But if I parked with that crack on the top, it would stay inflated. So I marked that spot with a marker so I knew where I was at. So anytime I would park, I would jump out and look and see where that spot was. Then I'd back up and roll forward a little bit to see exactly where it was, make sure it was on the top. And like if you've ever seen that video that I did, it's on my channel. What was it? The demonstration about the prodigal son.
I love you too, Mom.
When Eli runs out in that video, and you see him look at me, and he does this. It looks like he's doing like a number one. What he's doing is he looks at the tire, and he's going, "Hey, it's pointing up." Because what he would do, he'd come out and he'd show me, like based on where he put his finger, where that mark was at on it. So I ran that tire. The cat just come running through. I ran that tire on that truck until it literally exploded on me and left me stranded on the side of the road. But my dad came in and helped me out with that. Because it was just down the road from Waste Management where I worked.
Yeah, your dad's great like that.
So, my dad's really good. When you break down, if he's around, he'll come and help you out.
Well, that happened to me a couple weeks ago. My van broke down, and I was like, I don't know if I can drive this thing. And Dustin's like, honey, just get home, and then I'll look at it, whatever. Or I'll have my dad come tomorrow. And I'm like, can you please have your dad come today? Because I don't want to drive it home. And so, it just so happened that he was going to be out of work within like a half hour or something. And so he came, and it took him like 3 hours it took him like 2 hours just to figure out what the problem was. And then,
what wasn't to figure out what the problem was it was figuring out.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out where the leak was.
Oh.
Or what was leaking. We knew something was leaking, but we couldn't figure out what it was. It took like an hour and a half to figure it out. And then, anyways, he finally got it fixed.
And there was a line that went into the heater core, right?
It was the antifreeze.
There was a line that was going into the heater core for because your antifreeze. No, not the radiator, because isn't the line that goes into the firewall?
No, Eli, wasn't it the hose that went into the radiator?
Yeah, the antifreeze hose.
It was the antifreeze hose, yes, but there's the main line that come off of that block and then it splits.
All I know is that
I'm pretty sure what
it
was is there's a piece in there with a Y on it, and it splits off and goes to the heater hose or the heater core, and the line with the heater core is the one that had a break in it. What'd Kevin say?
He says, "Okay, I like this video more now. Changed my thumbs down for a thumbs up."
But anyhow, so we had to wait until the car got to the point where the heater kicked on, and then it engaged that, opened that valve up. Then when they saw it was leaking,
she's trying to thumbs up, but she doesn't know how. I don't even.
You have to close the chat right there, and then it'll show. If you close the chat, and then you hit the thumbs up.
Oh,
there you go.
And then I hit the chat again.
Hit the chat again. Yep.
Oh, you have to close the chat, Mom.
If you're watching it on your phone, you have to close the chat.
She's watching it on her phone.
Okay. Hit the X in the right top of the chat, and it'll go away, and then hit the thumbs up that'll be there in about the middle of the screen. Then you can hit the chat button again.
So today's Torah portion was interesting.
Oh, about
we got asked what circumcision was.
Yeah.
He's mortified again. Anyways,
So I had to try to explain it very vaguely. Like, I'm like, well, let's read the verse. And you shall circumcise the foreskin of your flesh. And I'm like, well, the word circumcise means to cut off or remove.
And
Then the question is, what's a foreskin?
Yeah.
So.
Anyhow, and that wasn't Eli, but I won't say who it was.
But anyway, so yeah, that's a good little passage though. I actually used those verses. I have this little write-up that I did that talks about, because you encounter people that say, oh, we don't have to circumcise anymore, and oh, we're in Christ. And so I have this little write-up that I did about circumcision that starts back there, that, God said that all Abraham's seed, all of his descendants will be circumcised in the foreskin of their flesh, and that Christ is one of Abraham's descendants, and that if we are in Christ, and it also even says that, Christ bought us with a price. And in that passage, that's Genesis 17, right? Genesis 17, God even says, if any of your, any people that you buy with silver, they must be circumcised as well.
It's anybody in your house. It's
right.
Not just.
But he says, ones that you've bought with silver, it says. So if we're bought with a price, like what it says, that means we're still a seed of Abraham through Jesus or Yeshua. And so therefore we should still be circumcised. So
here's something funny. Is when he needs to brag, she has the best father-in-law in the world. He has truly been a blessing for my daughter, like father, like son.
Thanks, Mom. Love you. You're the best, Sheila.
So when Eli was born, obviously we weren't following Torah then, and I didn't understand the whole 8 days thing. But I literally didn't change one diaper in the hospital. Like, Dustin was there and he did all of diaper changing and everything. So I had a C-section with him. And so he was there. We had him on a Friday morning and we left Sunday afternoon. I begged the doctor to let me leave early. And so Dustin was there from Friday until Sunday. The only time you left is when you went to your Christmas party. Pagan. So, but I never changed diaper. I had no idea what an uncircumcised looked like. No clue. So recently, like in the last year, I looked it up. Oh, I'm weird.
It's just anatomy.
I had no idea. And I'm just like I said, I never saw Eli. So if we have another boy, and hopefully we do, we would.
Day 8. Day 8. The best day to do it.
Yep.
So, what else? Anything? I'm trying to think of. Oh, I was going to tell. I had during our discussion, I told a joke. And I don't know if I've told this joke here before or not. So I'm going to tell this joke. For Cassie. What?
Nothing.
So there was 2 boys in the hospital. They're both about 8 years old. And they're both in the operation prep room, getting prepped for their operations they're to have. And one little boy turns to the other one and says, "What are you here for?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm here to have my tonsils taken out." And the little boy goes, "Oh man, I had that done when I was 6.
I think you told this joke on here before.
Have I?
I remember vaguely.
He's like, "Oh man, I had that done when I was 6. He said, "I got to eat ice cream and popsicles and drink juice for a week." He said, "It was great." He said, "Okay, cool." He says, "Well, what are you in here for?" And he goes, "I'm here to get circumcised." And the other little boy goes, "Oh man," he says, "I had that done when I was born and I couldn't walk for a year." So anyway, yeah. So that joke got told today during our Torah portion discussion.
We embarrass kids.
But it's okay. It's good for them.
Yeah. So today I made you chicken and dumplings.
It was so good. So good. The dumplings were on point. She was like, "There's so many dumplings." I'm like, "There's nothing wrong with that."
Well, I didn't know how many would actually end up forming, and so I made 2 batches, and I shouldn't have. I should have only made 1.
No, you did. You shouldn't have only made one. You needed to make two, maybe two
But
and
the
a
cool
half.
thing was that I cooked it in the Instapot, and it took about an hour between. Like I actually cooked like a whole big
A whole chicken.
and so it took about an hour between the chicken cooking and then Dustin trying to cut the chicken off the bones because it was hot.
It was hot. I just used tongs and just tried to I mean, it fell off the bones, a lot of it.
I love my Instapot. It's amazing.
Did you get that thing for like $30 online?
I think it was like $20.
$20?
I don't know. John went and picked it up for me, and I want to get another one because that one needs some work, but I use it a lot. I mean, I probably use it 2-3 times a week sometimes, depending on what. I used to make your food with it every week.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
That's right, Dallas.
I've never cooked it before, and I'm not. Honestly, I wasn't really that big of a fan, but it was okay. It tasted like it has a similarity to chicken noodle soup, and I don't like chicken noodle soup. So.
I like chicken noodle soup. It's good stuff.
You do need to Instapot, Gina. It's amazing.
Did Gina say that? I thought Weetree said that.
No, Gina said I need an Instapot.
Oh.
Weetree said I miss cooking.
We were talking today that we need a big, like, industrial stove, like with a flat top grill. We
were making like eggs and potatoes.
Eggs and fried potatoes and toast. But we're planning on for Sukkot next year, we're going to upgrade our stove. And we're going to
he's got to, because he gave mine away.
Yeah, so we do have to upgrade, because like that's a great way to have to buy a new one, is if you just give away the one that you have, right? So Sarah made dinner. It looked really good. I saw it on
Instagram, and it looked amazing.
I wondered how good the dinner looked, because there was only a picture of the dessert that I saw.
No, Sarah did an Instagram with the chicken, and it looked awesome.
I'm not on Instagram. I have Instagram, but I haven't put it on my new phone. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to get one of the Camp Chef stoves, 2-burner stoves with the flat grill top. So, but someday, if we build the 5-bedroom, 3-bath house I've been talking about, I want to have like one of those industrial stoves that has 6 gas burners over here, plus the flat top grill over on the side, because I like to cook like that. I mean, you can.
What do you mean you like to cook like that?
Like that? Well, you can have
How often do you cook?
When I get a chance to. I cooked breakfast this morning, didn't I?
You did cook breakfast this morning.
Okay.
But you very rarely cook.
Oh, when I get in a mood to. But think about, you always rant and rave about my grilled cheese, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if we had a flat top grill like that, I could make 6 grilled cheese sandwiches all at one time. Or I could grill burgers on it, of course, you complain about the burgers out there that I do in the charcoal, so it would be better on that. Of course, it wouldn't have the charcoal grill taste.
Burger is the best burger.
Cook off in the making.
You want to have a cook off with me?
That's what Dallas says. Sounds like a cook off in the making. Are we both cooking the same thing? Having a competition or what?
Who's going to be our testers?
I don't know. We could have a bunch of people over for Shabbat. We could have the Lead Brands and the Woodsons. Definitely Tom would have to be one of the taste testers. French toast. Ooh, you made French toast was it last week you made French toast?
Yeah. We couldn't choose our friends because Tom would definitely pick you and Gina would definitely pick me. So, hello.
Okay, how about Walker then?
Walker would be the one to have.
Walker would be the neutral third party that loves both of us equally.
Walker doesn't like any food, but I would know the perfect food to cook for him that he loves so much.
No, we would agree that we're both making the exact same thing. It's who does it better.
We'll cook the dish that I know Walker.
Oh, really? I'll just make chicken tenders and throw them in there. Can't go wrong with those. We seen something on Facebook today we thought was funny. What Gina said, circumcision is a blessing. Have you seen an old man that didn't get circumcised? Poor man.
Look, she's like 15 minutes past. That's how long it took her to. Oh, I love you.
Sheila used to do home health care, so she took care of older people. So,
Yes.
She just threw me off track of what I was saying about, what was I say about Walker and a cook-off?
Yes, I grew up, the way that I grew up is my mom worked in,
How is Kevin publishing a new post while he's supposed to be in here watching our show?
my mom grew up in healthcare. She took care of physically and mentally handicapped and then some older, like in the nursing homes. And so I grew up with that as a part of my life. There was times that we had people in the house, and then there were times that we would go to places that she was working at. And so I, like, as a kid, you know, it's kind of weird, whatever, but as an adult, the older we got, the more I enjoyed it, because there's certain things that you can pick up on with certain things. And so there's times where I have conversations with Eli and I'm like, okay, you know, this person is a little bit not as developed as a normal, like what you would think. And so we have to behave this way.
Thanks for stopping in.
And so, yeah. So she's probably seen many of those things.
Shalom. I hope you had a good Shabbat.
Good night, Weetree. Where you grew up the opposite. You didn't really grow up with any of that kind of.
Mm-mm.
I remember the first time you came to our house.
You met Billy?
Yeah. He was like totally grossed out. Like,
oh.
You were grossed out. You were grossed out. It's okay to say that, honey. He was totally grossed out with the way he eats, which cracks me up because I'm totally grossed out with the way that he eats.
I don't even remember that.
I do. I remember there was one time that you said to me, you're like, honey, I don't know if I can sit and watch him eat anymore.
I don't remember that.
Dustin, he shouldn't have to cook.
Dustin likes to cook.
He doesn't cook that often. I cook when you're home.
Yeah. But I like to cook. Sometimes I get like, hey, I want to make this. But we have those certain things, like I make the best grilled cheese, so if we decide we're going to have grilled cheese, I make it. If we're going to watch a movie and eat popcorn...
Popcorn is easy. I don't understand why.
I don't know. Why do you always ask my dad to make it when we get together with them and watch a movie?
I don't always ask your dad to make popcorn. I barely eat the popcorn when your dad makes it because I'm not a popcorn eater.
But she makes the popcorn. Gina says I grill nicely.
Because he burns it, and she likes burnt things. I
didn't grill it. I didn't burn it at Sukkot.
I don't remember.
I didn't. I did a good job.
I don't know.
I maintained it.
Our grill is kind of hard to balance sometimes.
Yeah, because you can adjust the fire level on everything of how close it is, and there. So it's hard to adjust. You know how much heat's coming out versus, you know how high.
Okay.
How high to have it off of the. Or how high to have it away from the food and stuff. So, has a commercial popper in the garage. Yeah, he does.
See, I like movie theater popcorn, but that's about it. Or cheesy popcorn.
I got to go. Headache on the end too. Prayers appreciated. Okay, Kevin, you have a good night. Sorry you got a headache.
We're probably making it worse.
Right, all of our yammering. Trying to get it to pop back up. There we go.
It's gonna fall on us.
No, it won't.
Anyways.
We could just call it quits anyway. The regulars are dropping like flies. But yeah, we're gonna get a new camp stove. One of the Camp Chef ones. Ooh, white cheddar popcorn. Nah, I just like my plain old popcorn. But what you can do is you can put M&Ms and miniature Reese's peanut butter cups and Butterfinger bites in with your popcorn. So then you get the sweet and the salty together. That's good stuff. You. Papa out.
It's good because you get like the chocolate melts. Mm-hmm. And so you get like chocolatey popcorn.
Yeah, if you do the Butterfingers. Yep.
Even with the Reese's, it's like that.
Kevin, you got a used camp stove. But it's new to you.
Hey, I liked the way that you built my little stove.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyways.
So.
I need to hoot.
To hoot.
To hoot. What else? I would just say keep praying for us. Those that are close kind of know what's going on, but that's about it. And that's okay. Just keep praying for our family. That's about it.
Yep.
We don't have anything else to talk about. We talked about the tour portion.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about our week.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't share more.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
like there was something else I was going to talk about.
I don't know.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. I seen one today. It says, time traveler. Are those Jeffrey Epstein memes? Me. Yes. Time traveler says the Clinton trial memes are even better. And then it shows a picture of, hey, there's Ben. Hey, Ben. He's showing up just because we're getting ready to leave. Congratulations, by the way. But then it shows
so stinking cute. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. Sorry, just have to say that.
You ruined my meme discussion.
I don't care.
Okay.
Their baby's more important, and she's adorable.
Middle name of Patience. Jesus preached Torah. Yes, he did. I've seen those new ones. I love those ones.
One of these days, I want to go. Well, we're going to Michigan in December. We need to come get Gina. We need to go to the Turners and get baby snuggles.
Baby snuggles. I knew that was coming. Y'all are crazy to go to Michigan in December.
I'm so excited. It's in like 3 weeks?
I don't know.
How many weeks is that?
No, it's 4 weeks at least because it's at the time of Eli's birthday.
So
1,
2, 3. So 4 weeks. In a month, we're going to Michigan, girls trip. Woo woo! I've never taken a girls trip. I've never been away from Eli for more than a day.
Decline the call. Unless we just end the show. We're going to end the show so I can call my dad back.
It's like 2 hours from you, Ben. I'm pretty sure. Because it's about 2
Grass,
hours from my sister.
Grass Lake.
It's about 2 hours from my sister.
Which is just east of Jackson. So.
Yes. Tickets. Oh, I wish you could. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. Like I said, I've never had a girls trip ever. And I'm starting to like and enjoy So yeah. It'll be weird because I've never been away from Eli for more than a day. Ever. I don't know how you do it all the time.
One day at a time?
You're just used to it.
Yeah.
But it'll be a really good experience, good fun for you and him.
Yep. He's
excited.
I found a mattress topper thing I can get at Walmart. It's a king size one, and it's 2 inches of memory foam and 2-inch gel pad, I think is what it was. No, 2-inch memory foam, 2-inch pillow top. So it's 4 inches. And I can take and cut it. And what my plan is I'm going to cut it and then sew the ends back together. And so I'll have 2 different pieces. There'll be one piece I'm going to then put on my bed because I just have the cheap, crappy mattress the truck came with that I can literally feel the springs in it. And then the other section, what's left over, will be for Eli, and I'll stretch it across the two seats and put my cooler underneath it because the cooler is the same height as the passenger seat, and the driver's seat's air ride, so he can adjust it. So then he'll be able to sleep there, and then I'll be able to sleep in the bunk that week.
Mm-hmm.
Because my bunk's not big enough for the 2 of us. So, anyways, well, we're going to let y'all go because I need to call my dad back, figure out what he needs, and we're going to
watch a movie.
Because it's still early. It's only quarter to 8. It's really, really early. But it gets dark now at like 5:30. So
I know. I love you too, Mom.
So thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Hope you all had a great Shabbat. And we'll catch you next week. Dwells out.
Dwells out. It's a art video.
Remember what you used to say?
Bye, Felicia.